All right, guys. We are in our top 8, our quarterfinals of this December challenge. I'm Zack Hall. He's Nick Furno on the left, and he's Mike DeCoste on the right. And you are... Well, I don't know who you are. You navigated to this page, I guess. Maybe you're Nico Christensen. Maybe you're Adam Snook. Maybe you're Nick Elaine. Maybe you're Andy Munson. Maybe you're... I don't know who you are. But thank you for checking this out, because this is a cool matchup we got. This is Bedlam Reveler. Black-green. Excuse me. Green... red-green. Wow. Wow, I can't talk. Black-red. Bedlam Reveler. On the right. And black-green Tron on the left. Mike DeCoste, no stranger to the Titanium series, having won a challenge a few months ago. Back then he was playing Red-Black Hollow One. Now he's playing Red-Black Bedlam Reveler, so he likes the Blood Crypts, he likes the Black Cleave Cliffs. He's just changed up what he's powering out. So, Relic Cycles, wiping away what Mike's managed to accomplish with his first few turns, the Faithless looting. But Young Pyromancer into Thoughtseize is a huge game here, showing us some cards here. Fatal Push, Fatal Push. Wow, that's Tron. It took me a minute to realize with these weird arts. It's kind of like both of those could be towers, right? The one on the left's a mine. Shockingly, it's a mine. And there's Natural Tron. Mike in for 3. First blood. You know, it's important. It's important to get your opponent as low as you can. I mean, even in the face of an O-Stone. Still important. Mike reduced to very few permanents here. And Nick says go. He's got plenty of time. Like, yes. Mike has direct damage. He has some lightning bolts. He has some Kolaghan's commands. But it's not like when you're playing against Burn, when you have to be super conservative because all their spells do the same thing. You're playing against Bedlam Reveler. So here's the stir. But he's still searching for some gas, you know? He doesn't have that Karn. He doesn't have that Ugin. He doesn't have that Worm Coil. He doesn't have any of the payoffs yet. Even a World Breaker would be sweet. And now the O-Stone's gone too, so seemingly his only line of defense is gone. And he's already at 10, so he needs to find something. Oh, this is... That's a scoop. That's something. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is something. So now we go to those boards. The savior of many a bad matchup, like Milford Mike has here. This is very bad for him, this match, right? Like, not only does he have to fight through fatal pushes that deal with his threats, he has to deal with the fact that his own removal spells are not effective. His lightning bolts don't do anything. And he has to scoop in the face of a single, like, Worm Coil, Ugin, Ulamog, Karn. Just basically has to scoop. But we go to the sideboard, and we see that Mike has the third Blood Moon, 2 in the main deck, 1 in the sideboard, and 2 Crumble to Dust. So these super impactful sideboard cards. Right, just these cards where if you resolve them against Urzatron, you might just win. You might just straight up win the game. Now, on the flip side, Nick has great answers to the Blood Moon, right? He has instant speed, Nature's Claim, and he has preemptive Seal of Primordium. 2 and 2. As well as 2 Thoughtseize, if he wants to just strip it before it even hits play. So he has play. He has counterplay to half of the sideboard plan of Milford Mike. Right, he can seize, seal, claim. That's great. But Crumble to Dust? I don't think he can beat a resolved Crumble to Dust. Crumble to Dust means Ulamog is basically never castable. Worldbreaker is extremely hard to cast, and even if he casts, it's just going to get terminated. And you're not going to have the resources to really bring it back and cast it again. Karn, yeah, same thing. I mean, it's so far away. 7 lands, including through a Stone Rain effect, not going to happen. Worm Coil is a little worrying. That is one of Nick Furno's ways to win. Through a Crumble as a Worm Coil. So that's his plan. He has a favorable matchup, so he does not particularly need to offensively sideboard, right? Like, he doesn't need to board in Thragtusk if he doesn't want to. He doesn't need to board in his Collective Brutalities because his matchup is good already. Mike, on the other hand, needs to make something happen. He needs to be proactive in this matchup. Might be sideboarding in his Chandra. Definitely not Campbell. Anger, Spree, nothing like that. So that's what's going to happen. And funnily enough, the deck with the worst matchup knows exactly what it wants to do after sideboard. Like, Mike is done shuffling. He's presented his deck. Nick is the one in the tank because he's like, well, how much do I want to hedge right now? I'm up a game. This is like Nick's thought process, at least what I imagine is going on in that bearded head of his. Saying, I'm up a game. I don't even know if he has Blood Moon. And if he does he even have 4? I mean, he's 3 color. So do I really need to board in all 4 hate cards? Just Thoughtseize enough. Now, if he knew what we know, that Mike's planning to moon him, just drop trow right there and moon him, well, yeah, he'd board in the seals. But he doesn't know that. So it's tough for him. So it also bears mentioning that Mike has already qualified for this tournament, the Titanium Finals, on February 18th. So he's good. If he wins this tournament, the invite will pass down. So here we go. Mulliganing is Nick Furno. But at the same time, this is his game to give, right? He doesn't know Mike's sideboard plan. And he's on the draw. So not the biggest deal. And here we see the 5-card hand. Gonna get stripped of a relic, leaving Stirrings, Karn, Urza, Ghost. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I've seen worse 5-card hands. If he draws a Llanowar Waste, he's in business. Nope, just the mine we know about. Could here be another Inquisition to strip the Stirrings? Or does he have something like a Faithless Looting to start out his engine? Another Thoughtseize. Okay, so it does look like Nick sided in the Thragtusk. Wow. This is so aggressive. Look at this, leaving him with Ghost Quarter and Thragtusk. So Nick Furno now has 3 resources available to him. A Ghost Quarter, an Urza's Mine, and a Thragtusk. That is ugly. They're playing off the top, these boys. Only difference is... Another mine. Mike has Bedlam Reveler in his deck. That's the big difference here. Faithless Looting will let him draw 2. Pitch in excess 4th land. Perhaps a Lingering Souls. Maybe extra Faithless Lootings. A Collective Brutality that has no targets. Oh, Bedlam Reveler. That is scary. If you're Nick Furno, that means that there's definitely already a Bedlam Reveler. Ostone gets wear-teared, setting up for a perfect Bedlam Reveler. See, this is exactly what this deck wants to do. Trade 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, even 2 for 1 itself. That's fine. But because when it plays Mardu Reveler, you discard your hand, and you draw 3 cards. Has to discard Crumble to Dust to do so. But it's okay, because he has his 3/4 prowess on the battlefield. Three mana. Moon. Prowess. Swing. How interactive is this? Strip your hand to nothingness. Play a Blood Moon. Looting, trigger prowess. Wow, Fatal Push in the deck post sideboard. What is going on there? So there's a sphere. Allows Nick some green mana. Here's a star. Allows Nick some green mana. Ooh. And it's an actual answer to Blood Moon. There's the Nature's Claim. So Nick did side in some preemptive hate, even though he didn't know that for sure that there was Blood Moon in the deck. But with only one piece of Tron in play, can he really even make use of this? Star, crack. Could this be a Sylvan Scrying? Nick Furno at 5 life. Nick Furno at 2 life. Scoop. So 2 not so close games here to start out. Turn 4 Ulamog versus turn 2 discard your entire freaking hand. Back to the boards they go. I hope Milford Mike gets those Fatal Pushes out of his deck. Anything is better than that. The Campbell Console of Allocation is better than that. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of cards to side out, right? He has 2 Fatal Pushes. Actually, he doesn't even have that many cards to side out. What the hell is that Fatal Push doing in his deck? I don't know. Like, Terminate at least hits Wormcoil. Terminate at least hits World Breaker. Dreadbore hits Karn. Kolagons can bring back a creature and kill an artifact. Like, Lightning Bolt goes to the dome, but Fatal Push, Mike? Too much leveling up recently, bud. Still battling in the top 8 here. Nate Leclerc, Adam Snook, Odin Ensman, Andrew Jetty, Alex Lloyd, Joe Horton. These players all still fighting. All 4 matches going on. That's the state of things here at TJ's. Joe Horton, been close a bunch. Adam Snook, been close a bunch. Alex Lloyd, been close once recently. In November. Milford Mike already there. A lot of players in this tournament actually already there. This tournament, very well scheduled for some players, right? It's on their breaks. They're on vacation. They headed off anyway. A lot of also-rans. A lot of close calls. Ed Hinton was playing today. Ryan Leverone, Mike Ferguson, these guys are playing today. Justin Provençal, he's playing. Ben Cohen, he was playing too. Ben Bogalter. Zachary Kina. Scott Metcalf. Bunch of guys, you see. Some minor tweaks for Game 3 for these fine gentlemen. And we're going to be off soon. Nick Furno decided not to bring the kids to root him on today. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they play modern, sometimes they don't. Daughter Lily was sporting a red-green land destruction deck. Last time I saw her play, Ponza, man, girl after Gerard Fredette's heart. But not today. He's the only one playing today. Maybe they had a ski resort trip. I don't know. But what he does have is this trusty hoodie, the one he always has. And here we go. Nick Furno going to be on the play. Mike has to break serve. Now, both players are on 6 cards, which I have to say benefits Mike. The man with the discard spells likes to mulligan. Mine. Star. Fetch. This will result in a discard spell, no doubt about it. Eight of them in Mike's deck. Huge amount. And him getting basic Swamp also speaks to the fact that he probably has Blood Moon. Here's the Seas, has 1 target. Power Plant, Mine in hand. Forest as well, so has Blood Moon protection. As well as a card in the bank in the form of Chromatic Sphere. That's going to get cracked. Did he draw a Scrying? No way. Okay, Brutality. It's going to look at Milford Mike's hand, and Crumble to Dust will absolutely hit the bin. Leaving Mike with only Pyromancer, Bolt, and a pair of lands. Mike needs to find a Blood Moon. Needs to find some pressure. Both players, not many resources to work with. Nick Furno, only 1 unknown card here. His hand is not very strong, but has the potential to just explode. If he finds a map, if he finds a Scrying, if he finds a tower, they're all huge. Exile all the graveyards, looking for it. Gonna get that forest in play. There it is. Relic of Progenitus, awesome cycler in this case. Basically made Bedlam Reveler cost 2 more, effectively. The card costs 8. I mean, it's not that easy to get it working. Ooh, Rabblemaster, a great draw here by DeCoste. Huge clock. Nick just has to say go. Top of the deck not being kind to him here. He does not have many turns where Rabblemaster takes care of him. It's just Land Thragtusk. So Thragtusk coming down next turn for sure. Eight by my count. Bringing Nicky to 9. Mike gonna hold his Faithless Looting. Five mana. Tusk. Back up to 14. Like thinking about Bolton here. I don't think you do yet. The line that you can take is once Nick blocks your Rabblemaster, you bolt Thragtusk, netting yourself another Goblin on the next turn. Because, yeah, he's going to kill the Thragtusk no matter what. But, aha, he decides to bolt Nick directly. He's going to go wide. I like the decision. Keith Rowling, Adam Snook in the background. On Mike's side. Ed Hinton. He's on Nick's side. Sam Hammond, the judge, on nobody's side. Draw, draw. Mike figuring it out. He can deal 6 points unopposed right now. 7 points with the Goblin token trigger. Nick goes to what looks like 4 life. Thragtusk trades with Rabblemaster. Nick gets a 3/3. He's going to need a lot here to stay alive. Brings his opponent to 2, does Mike DeCoste. Makes another token. If Nick has an O-Stone, he needs to draw Tower right now. Expedition map will not do it. Ugin could do it. There's O-Stone. This has to hit tower. And it does. Wow. It actually does. Says go. He's at 2, though. Lightning Bolt to do it. Mike's board is wiped. Nick Furno left with 1 card in hand. Mike DeCoste, 1 card in hand. All of Mike's efforts has gotten his opponent to 2. All of Nick's efforts has gotten his mana up to effectively infinite. Mike's playing like he has a bolt in hand. Star sack for black. Relic sack, that's a great draw. If Mike kept the Bedlam Reveler, it's now dead. Go. Kolagons. Handshake. Wow. That was tight. That was tight. Huh. Congratulations, Mike DeCoste. Wow. That was tight. So Nick Furno falls. Through no fault of his own. I mean, game 1 was easy. Game 2, he mulled to 5. His hand got ripped apart. Game 3, he did the best he could with that. I mean, what else are you going to do at that point? Except, like, draw a little better. But hey, that's Tron, right? That's Tron. So Mike moves on. As do a few other people. It looks like Adam Snook there in the background. He might have won his match. I'm going to go find out. 2 people in the top 4 are going to get qualified for the Titanium Finals. Let's see who it's going to be. I'll be checking.